When we look at inner city schools, they're usually lacking in adequate reading materials. They don't even have books. We always find ourselves always trying to get the same level or quality of education as the suburban schools. And so when you look at opportunities in places like Flint, Michigan, or Pontiac, when you don't see anything different, you just feel like you just sucked into the world that's around you. I grew up in Flint, Michigan. Parents were teenagers when they had me. We lived in, inner city neighborhoods, getting kicked out of houses and getting kicked out of apartments, and just having that instability of where we're going to live and how we're going to get around. I remember we finally got one real car, and it got repossessed in less than 6 months because they couldn't afford the payments. Ever since I was a little girl, I always wanted to be a doctor. Went off to college, and I started my career path to pursue medicine. I took a class called Careers in Health my senior year, and that's when I found out about physician assistant, nurse practitioner, and I was like, oh, I can go that route, so I went that route. So I graduated with my pre-med degree and then went to Wayne State. They had a second degree program. So then I did that. I was only supposed to work 1 year as a nurse, but my husband wanted to get his master's first. So after he finished, I went back to grad school and got my degree for adult primary care nurse practitioner. So about 10 years ago, I started another program called GEO. We went around to local inner city high schools and we recruited high school students and we took them on college excursions, I call it. But I remember during that time, I went up to Pontiac High School and I took them a flyer. I remember they looked at it and it was like, our kids, they wouldn't be interested in this. And I was just like, wow, you didn't even ask them, but okay, so it was that. So I thought that was kind of weird. And so I started doing some research and I just noticed that with Pontiac High School, with the proficiency scores in regards to math and reading, it was terrible. It was 0% were proficient in math and less than 10% were proficient in reading. And so now I'm going back to that little girl, Tamika, who was in the inner city and knowing that education was one of the main things that can get us out and transform our narrative and our future generations to come. And so I was like, wow, I reached out to school partners at Kensington. And I was like, Julie, what about the high school? Are we doing anything in the high school? And she said, Tamika, why don't you just go start something at the high school? I said, sign me up. Sounds like a winner.
Ma'am, I need your pencil.
Why?
I need your pencil.
I like dialogue.
I found out he got a brother.
I need a pencil. Okay, well then we might.
So Imagine is an after-school program at Pontiac High School, and our vision is to bring an end to generational poverty. And our mission on how we do that, we transform the way the students view themselves, the way they view education, and the way they view the world around them. So what a typical day looks like. We meet on Mondays after school from 2:30 to 5 p.m. We feed them, and then usually at 2:45, we actually start the tutoring time. And we do math drills to build up those muscles. And then I am statements is just, we believe the power of life and death is in the tongue. So it's getting them to speak different, to believe something different. So they say things like, I am created to do good. I am brilliant. I am amazing. I am loved. I am accepted.
I am made in the image and likeness of God. I am fearfully and wonderfully made. I am brilliant. I am created to do good. I am accepted. I am loved. I am destined for greatness.
And then we get into our large group. This past week, we talked about identity, talked about the power of education.
So don't let whatever your circumstances are hold you back, make you feel like you can't do it, make you feel like it's not worth it, make you feel like it's too hard, because that's not the case.
But it's just great to see them come alive. I mean, these students are coming alive. So Faith is a young lady. She was a senior last year. I said, Faith, what do you want to be when you grow up? And she was just like, well, I want to be a nurse. I said, well, you should do it. And she's like, have you seen my grades? She's like, nah, I'm not going to be able to do it.
When I started high school, you need 22 credits to graduate from Pontiac High. I had 12 and a half. So I had to make up 10 credits by May. Not only did I have to make up 10 credits, I had to keep up with my core classes as well. So my head, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna graduate. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna graduate. But then you had Tamika like, Nurse Faith, you got it. You had Wendy like, you're so smart, you got it.
And eventually she just started like believing like nothing's impossible. She got to the end, she's like, Miss Tamika, I'm not gonna stop at my bachelor's degree. I'm gonna go and get my PhD. I'm gonna be just like you. I'm gonna have my own practice. I'm gonna do this and that. And I was like, let's do it. And I was like, come on.
All year, I'm like, I'm missing this amount of credits. I'm not ready yet. I'm not there. My grades are already bad. So when the lady called me into the office and was like, here's your cap and gown, I'm like, wait, like what? Like, here's my what, huh? Like, she gave it to me and all I could do was sit there and I almost cried in her face. Like, I'm like, I really did it. And the first person I called, Tamika. Tamika was so happy. Oh my God, Nurse Faith, you did it! Like, that made me feel good because I'm like, they helped me, now they proud of me. So I have to make sure that they continue to be proud of me because Tamika believed in me when nobody else did. It was Nurse Faith all year. And she still don't stop calling me that, so I like that.
We went to Oakland University for a tour, and the lady at Oakland University, the connection there, she really gravitated towards Faith, because Faith was just asking a lot of questions. She was really interested. And so she the one told Faith about Jackson Community College, because Jackson Community College, they have dorms and all this type of stuff. She can still have that college feel, but be able to bring her grades up.
I applied in July, and I found out maybe a couple of days after I applied, and I was like, whoa. Like, cause my whole thing was I wanted to go away. Cause like if I go home, I'm gonna get the staying at home and not want to do what I'm supposed to do. But I'm like, okay, now that I'm not at home, I'm an hour and a half away. I can't just get up and go home. I can't quit even if I wanted to. So it pushes me to just keep going. I don't have a choice.
Hey, Nurse Faith. Hey. How you doing?
I'm here.
You're so funny. It's so good to see you.
I'm gonna get my associates in nursing here. And then I want to move to Texas and go to Texas Southern and get my bachelor's and my master's in nursing. The fact that I even got here from high school is amazing.
The Bible says with God, nothing's impossible, right? And that's just what I believe. I just believe that if the right person is in your place and around you, then it can bring different things out of you that had you been alone and isolated couldn't.
I am loved and I am destined for greatness.
I am artistic, I am fun, and I am well-mannered.
These futures are going to be changed forever. Their generations are going to be changed forever.
I am successful.
I am brilliant and I am accepted.
And just having that type of community around you can be one that not only nurtures you, but also cause you to grow and to blossom and to sprout like never before.
I am loved and appreciated by my friends and family. I know that I am fearless.
Then after college, I was gonna go to the military, do my 4 years in the Navy, and live a happy life after that. True.
Tamika's story is overwhelming because she had a vision and she stepped out in courage to share that vision with the next generation and to see the impact in Faith's life and many more as she spoke words of life and identity. It's just so powerful to consider how Tamika's story is just one of many stories happening around Kensington.
And that really is what our Move Out Network is. It's these opportunities to be the hands and feet of Jesus to our local communities. And it is such a privilege just to see the different ways that people are moving beyond the four walls of the church to be able to bring the love and the hope of Jesus to our local communities.
So as you consider a year-end Christmas gift to Kensington, I want to say thank you. You are a part of Tamika's story and many other stories of impact throughout our community, and we're so glad that you consider us a place that you want to partner with. Now, Shauna, quick question. Is it a real Christmas tree or a fake Christmas tree?
Oh, there is only one answer, and that is real, 100%.
I agree. We just picked up ours and cannot wait to celebrate this next season.
Yes, and we hope you have a wonderful Christmas.
Merry Christmas.